db, press enter. Cannot open temporary file. Oh yeah, okay, so one more thing. You cannot do the update without the root permissions. In order to obtain root permissions, well, you just type in su, press enter, type in your root password. You're not going to see anything here. It'll be blank. This is done as a precautionary measure, and of course I've typed in the wrong password. You see, when I type in my password, nothing is shown. In Unix, Linux-like systems, every time you type your password into the terminal, usually 99% of the cases, the length of the password will not be shown. It will not show as though you're typing anything. Don't worry, it's not broke. It's just a security precaution so that if somebody's watching across your back, over your back, they won't be able to see the length of the password on the screen, which is a very nice feature, and I would very much like for Windows to implement it as well. Although it is not really practical, as I say, you just have to get used to it, because even though you're typing something, you can't see anything on the screen. I would also like some other services, for example, like Gmail or Amazon as well for cloud hosting and stuff like that, to actually implement that version of authentication so that the lengths of the password are not shown, because if somebody has the length of your password, the amount of possible combination reduces drastically. Anyway, now that we are root, let's go ahead and clear the screen. So you can see that I am no longer random guy. I am root at, this is my host name. I'm gonna change the host name later on, but for the time being, this is the one. So I am logged in now as root at this host name, at this machine. Let's type in update db. Excellent. And let's type in locate again. So locate, and what do we need? We need file 01. There we go. It has found it immediately. But look. You can type in -- help, and there is an ignore option here. There you go. Look, it is the same, exactly the same as with the find command. So -I, clear, type in locate, -I, file 001. Okay, let's kill the capital letter. Excellent. So let's just change the name a little bit more. Let's type in like this. It's still gonna find it, so no problems. But let's say you don't know the whole name of the file. You just know the fragment of the name or the portion of the name or something of a kind. Well, that can be problematic. So what you want to do is type in locate -I space, and here you can actually just type a fragment of the file name. So I don't know, let's say it's, wait, this is gonna give me too much stuff, but let me just show you. So file, look at how much stuff we got, and I don't want to zip through all of this, but I can assure you that the name is actually within this. However, you do need to actually filter it a little bit more. So let's say underline and a 0. There we go. It has indeed found what we were looking for, and in addition to that, what we were looking for, it has also found anything else containing this particular pattern. Anyway, the file is actually contained here as well, somewhere, God knows where, but if you don't actually know anything, if you just know a fragment of the name, then you're actually going to have to manually zip through this unless you are able to learn more or guess more about the name of the file. Eventually, if you zip through all of it, you will find it God knows where, somewhere I guess. But you can immediately, I mean, if you're looking for libraries or something of a kind, you generally know that they're in user share lib somewhere of a kind. Or if you know where you've approximately saved something, you don't need to search through the entire file system. You can just specify a path and then a name to the path. You can just specify a path. Hold on, I didn't show you how to do that with locate. Let me just do this. So locate file 0. And if I say home, okay, so has it actually been able to find anything? Yep, there we go. So in addition to a ton load of stuff, which is basically your home directory, as it has taken that as a search pattern as well, it has actually managed to find this. But this is not what we're looking for. This is not good enough because it is taking the folder path as a search parameter. So it's giving us more results than we generally need. So this is no good. What we need is the help menu. So dash dash help. And we need to actually find a way to exclude the path to the file. I'm sure it is here somewhere. So let's take a look at it. I have an approach so that I am putting myself in your shoes, and this is how you would do it if you wouldn't know how to do it in the first place. This is how you would learn how to do it. So basically, what do we have here? You always go to the help and you figure out from there. We have A. What does that do? Only print entries that match all patterns. Nope, that's not really. Match only the base name of the path names. This could be it. Only print number of found entries. Use database. Only print entries. Nope, that ignore for backward patterns. Nope, let's just use the B option. So dash 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 B, and let's go to home and then space and then file, I don't know, 0. We'll play around with it more. Excellent. So what have we gotten here? It says in the ups, my mouse seems to be running away a little bit. It says B, base name. Match only the base name of the path names. Very simple. So it will just go down to it will just find the last entry, and that will be it. Excellent. So within home folder and within all subdirectories of that folder, please look for any pattern that contains please find any file that contains this particular pattern which we have given it. So if you compare, let's say, this to this, it's a lot shorter, right? You have significantly downsized the amount of possibilities. Very useful command. People use it on a daily basis. Just don't forget to update the database. It is necessary for you to do so if you want to find stuff, because it is updated once a day and it's not enough. You just need to update it manually and you will solve the problem. There are ways to configure it to update on a more frequent basis, but there is no need. You're just consuming resources. Rather, instead, just type in update db and it's going to be done in milliseconds. Then find whatever it is that you are looking for without any problems of whatsoever. Anyway, I bid you all farewell until next time. Welcome everybody to this tutorial. Today I will talk a bit about permissions, how you can change them, how you can read them, and what they are in general. So first off, let's just go ahead and open up a file. So don't worry about this command that I'm going to use now. It's called cat. I will explain it a bit later on when we go into text editing and phrasing and extracting text, formatting it in general, but for the time being, just leave it be. You'll see soon enough what it does. It just pulls the content out of a file and then prints it out to the screen. So I'm just gonna I have a file here. It's called mode, and in that file I made a small demonstration of I wouldn't say demonstration, but an example of syntax of how this thing actually looks like. So you pass in the command, so you pass in the command, which is chmod, and then where it says owner, group, world, and path is basically path to the file of which you wish to change permissions. Owner is changing the permissions for the owner, group is changing the permissions for the group, and world is basically changing the permissions for anybody who can physically access the computer. I will shortly explain what this actually is. So let's go ls mode. There we go. So down below you see that the first spot signifies what is it? Is it a directory, or is it a file? Is it a link? That I've already explained. Next three fields